Buying the wrong motorcycle doesn't always happen because the bike is bad. More often, it happens because buyers fall for the wrong reason. A famous badge, a bargain price, a great-looking machine with a reputation that hasn't aged nearly as well as people think. Today, we're exposing 15 motorcycles that continue trapping buyers in 2026. And more importantly, the thinking that puts them there. Stick around until number 1, because it's the motorcycle almost nobody expects to see on a list like this. Number 15, Honda NM4 Voltus. The Honda NM4 Voltus looks like it rolled straight out of a science fiction blockbuster. Long, low, and wrapped in futuristic bodywork, it still turns more heads than motorcycles twice its price. That's exactly why people keep buying it. They fall in love with the fantasy before asking the practical questions. Here's the catch. Beneath all that wild styling lies Honda's dependable 745 cubic centimeter twin, an engine built for reliability, not adrenaline. It delivers a smooth ride, but nowhere near the excitement its appearance promises. Then ownership starts getting expensive. Most of the body panels are exclusive to the NM4, so even a minor tip over can send you hunting for rare, costly replacement parts. With limited production and almost no aftermarket support, cosmetic repairs quickly become a headache. Smart buyers usually choose the NC750X instead, getting the same Honda dependability with stronger resale, easier maintenance, and far better practicality. If you're enjoying this countdown, drop a quick hype in the comments and subscribe. It lets us keep digging deeper than the usual motorcycle reviews and uncover the details most buyers never hear about. The NM4 proves one lesson. Buying with your eyes can become an expensive habit, but the next motorcycle teaches an even costlier one. Never mistake a cheap price for a smart purchase. Number 14, Victory Cross Country. Nothing attracts bargain hunters faster than a premium motorcycle wearing a bargain price tag. And that is exactly the trap the Victory Cross Country sets. Big V twin engine, plush touring comfort, hard saddlebags, and effortless highway manners. Often for thousands, less than a comparable Harley-Davidson. But the low price hides a problem that never goes away. When Polaris shut down Victory in 2017, every cross country became an orphan. The motorcycle itself remains solid, but the support network behind it has steadily faded. Routine maintenance is rarely the issue. Finding certain body panels, trim pieces, electronics, or model-specific components can become an expensive scavenger hunt through salvage yards and specialty suppliers. That is why experienced buyers often walk away. They know ownership is not just about horsepower and comfort. It is also about parts availability, dealer support, and resale confidence. The Cross Country is a good motorcycle that became a risky purchase the moment its brand disappeared. But not every rider falls into the bargain trap. Some believe history alone guarantees a smart purchase. And when a motorcycle carries generations of tradition from one of Europe's oldest manufacturers, it's easy to mistake heritage for long-term value. Number 13, Moto Guzzi, California, 1400. The Moto Guzzi, California, 1400 is the kind of motorcycle that makes people stop walking and turn their heads. Italian styling, a massive transverse V-twin engine, shaft drive, premium comfort, and a personality you simply cannot find on every corner. It was built for riders who wanted something different, something with character instead of another copy and paste cruiser. And that uniqueness is exactly what creates the problem. Because in 2026, buying a rare motorcycle can be a lot easier than owning one. Used prices have fallen hard, making the California look like a luxury bargain. But the cheaper it gets, the more buyers forget about the hidden costs. Moto Guzzi's smaller dealer network means specialized repairs, uncommon parts, and factory support can become a waiting game. The motorcycle itself has plenty of charm, but when something goes wrong, fixing it is not always quick, simple, or affordable. That is why experienced riders hesitate. They know a motorcycle's value is not just the price you pay today, it is how easy it is to maintain tomorrow. The California 1400 delivers soul, But sometimes owning something special means accepting problems that ordinary bikes never create. We've already seen 3 completely different ways buyers talk themselves into motorcycles that don't make sense on paper. Which one have you actually experienced? Or have you managed to avoid every mistake so far? Leave a comment below because real ownership stories often teach more than any brochure ever could. And if you think a rare Italian cruiser is risky, wait until you see the next motorcycle comes from a brand famous for reliability. But this forgotten heavyweight proves even trusted names can build a machine that leaves buyers asking one painful question: was this really worth it? Number 12. Yamaha StarVenture. The Yamaha StarVenture looks like the ultimate cross-country dream. Heated seats, premium audio, mountains of storage, electronic cruise control, and Yamaha's legendary 1,854 cubic centimeter V-twin. It checks almost every box a touring rider could want. On the highway, it's smooth, quiet, and built with the reliability that made Yamaha famous. So why are informed buyers walking away? Because this luxury tourer drops value faster than it racks up miles. Many owners paid well over $25,000 new, only to watch resale prices sink dramatically within just a few years. Then there's the weight. At nearly 1,000 pounds ready to ride, every parking lot, gas station, and sloped driveway becomes a confidence test. The bargain price lures plenty of buyers, but experienced riders know better. They'd rather own a motorcycle that's easier to manage and easier to sell. The StarVenture shows that loading a motorcycle with luxury doesn't automatically make it the smartest investment. But for another group of buyers, comfort is never enough. They want one motorcycle that promises touring comfort on Saturday and superbike excitement on Sunday. It sounds like the perfect compromise until complex electronics and expensive repairs start reminding you that perfection usually comes with a price. Picture it. You buy the bike. It looked clean. It sounded great. 3 weeks later, the bills start. A worn chain, tired forks, a service the seller never mentioned. That's thousands gone on a bike you already paid full price for. Our inspection checklist catches every one of those before you pay, walking the bike like a mechanic. Spend $49 now or lose thousands later. Scan the QR on the right or tap the link in the description. Don't let a hidden problem drain your wallet. Number 11, KTM 1290 Super Duke GT. The early KTM 1290 Super Duke GT looked like the motorcycle that could do absolutely everything. It packed a fire-breathing V-twin, razor-sharp handling, electronic suspension, cruise control, and genuine superbike performance into one surprisingly comfortable package. It could carve up twisty roads on Saturday and swallow hundreds of interstate miles on Sunday without breaking a sweat. Sounds like the ultimate bargain today until ownership begins. Early models became known for electronic gremlins, switchgear failures, coolant leaks, fork seal issues, and recalls that every buyer should verify before signing the paperwork. None of these problems affect every motorcycle, but when they do, repairs are rarely cheap. Premium European parts and sophisticated electronics can drain your wallet far faster than the purchase price suggests. That's why experienced buyers never shop for these bikes on price alone. They shop for complete service records, documented recall work, and meticulous maintenance history. The Super Duke GT proves that breathtaking performance can quickly lose its appeal once maintenance bills begin piling up. Unfortunately, some riders don't stop chasing excitement. They simply trade orange for red. Few names create more temptation than Italy's most famous performance badge, where premium engineering often comes with premium ownership costs hiding just beneath the surface. Number 10. Ducati Multistrada 1200. The Ducati Multistrada 1200 was supposed to be the motorcycle that did everything: a sport bike heart, adventure bike comfort, touring capability, premium electronics, and enough Italian attitude to make every ride feel special. When it arrived, it changed what riders expected from an adventure motorcycle. But that incredible technology is exactly what makes it a risky used purchase today. because seeing a former Ducati flagship selling for the price of a basic commuter is tempting. The problem is, the price drops faster than the ownership costs. The early Multistrada packed advanced electronics, complex suspension, and Ducati's legendary 𝗕𝗨𝗬𝗘𝗥𝗧 engine technology. Amazing when new, expensive when aging. Sensors, suspension components, and specialized maintenance can quickly turn a cheap Ducati into a very expensive lesson. Smart buyers understand the difference between a discounted motorcycle and a discounted headache. The Multistrada still delivers incredible performance, but in 2026, excitement alone is not enough. So far, we've seen expensive mistakes come in every shape and style, from discontinued brands to premium performance machines. Which one do you think deserves to be higher on this list? Let everyone know in the comments, because your experience might help another rider make a better decision. And while you are there, don't forget to like and subscribe. Every bit of support helps us keep producing honest motorcycle content instead of recycled marketing. And if you think an aging Ducati is dangerous for your wallet, wait until you see the next motorcycle. It comes from a brand known for luxury touring, but its biggest strength may also be its biggest weakness. Number 9. BMW K1600 GT. The BMW K1600 GT is the kind of motorcycle that makes you feel rich the moment you twist the throttle. That buttery smooth inline, 6-engine, effortless highway comfort, and enough luxury features to embarrass some luxury cars make it seem like the ultimate used bike bargain, and that's exactly where buyers get trapped. A clean, older model may cost a fraction of its original sticker price, but the repair bills never got the memo. Electronic suspension, ride-by-wire, integrated electronics, power accessories, and premium BMW components all work brilliantly until one of them doesn't. Then a simple visit to the dealership can quickly become a four-figure surprise. Experienced riders know the purchase price is only the admission ticket. The real expense begins after the keys are in your pocket. Premium parts, specialized diagnostics, and higher labor costs can erase every dollar you thought you saved. The K1600 GT demonstrates that luxury can become incredibly expensive once the warranty is gone. Yet many riders willingly accept that risk if they believe the performance will make every dollar worthwhile. That's exactly why another Italian machine keeps drawing buyers in. With a soundtrack that stirs the soul, performance that thrills, and ownership costs that few people fully appreciate before signing the paperwork. Number 8. Aprilia Tuono V4. Some motorcycles appeal to your brain. The Aprilia Tuono V4 goes straight for your heart. Fire it up once, hear that unforgettable V4 soundtrack, and suddenly every sensible buying decision disappears. With razor-sharp handling and almost superbike-level performance, wrapped in an upright riding position, it feels like one of the greatest bargains an adrenaline junkie could ever find. Until the ownership bills arrive. The older Tuono V4 may have lost thousands in resale value, but its maintenance costs never got the memo. Valve services remain expensive. Premium European parts rarely come cheap, and owners have reported charging system issues, electronic gremlins, excessive engine heat, and other age-related surprises. None of them are guaranteed, but none of them are inexpensive either. That's why experienced riders look beyond the tempting price tag. They know a discounted Italian exotic still demands an exotic maintenance budget. The Tuono proves that incredible performance doesn't always translate into a smart purchase when servicing becomes part of the adventure. But there's another mistake that experienced riders see all the time. Some buyers become obsessed with owning something rare, believing uncommon automatically means valuable. The next motorcycle built its reputation on being different. But being different isn't always the same as being worth owning. Number 7. Buell 1125R. The Buell 1125R was never meant to follow the crowd. It was built to challenge everything riders expected from a sport bike. A Rotax V twin engine, Eric Buell's unusual engineering, aggressive styling, and technology like the fuel and frame chassis made it feel like something from the future. And for a short time, that was exactly the appeal. But buying one in 2026 means buying into a motorcycle story that ended too soon. The performance is still impressive, but the problem is ownership. Buell disappeared from the mainstream market, leaving owners searching for specialized parts, experienced technicians, and replacement components that are no longer sitting on dealership shelves. The low used prices make it tempting, but a cheap motorcycle with limited support can quickly become a frustrating project. The Buell 1125R proves that chasing rarity can leave you with a motorcycle that's harder to maintain than it is to enjoy. But some buyers aren't looking backward. They're looking too far ahead. They're convinced that owning the newest technology automatically means owning the smartest motorcycle. As the industry races toward an electric future, one premium machine promises tomorrow's performance, but asks today's buyers to shoulder tomorrow's risks. Number 6, Energica Ego. The Energica Ego feels like the future the instant you crack the throttle. No engine roar, no hesitation, just a violent wave of electric torque that launches you forward with the kind of acceleration that leaves superbikes wondering what just happened. It even earned its reputation as the machine behind Moto, proving electric performance wasn't just hype, it was real. But here's the problem. You're not just buying a motorcycle, you're buying into an uncertain ecosystem. When Energica ran into financial trouble, riders started asking questions nobody could answer. What happens if you need battery components? Software updates? Specialized repairs? Unlike a gasoline motorcycle, you can't simply wrench your way through every problem in your garage. Experienced buyers know breathtaking performance means very little without long-term support. A bargain price doesn't matter if future parts, qualified technicians, and battery diagnostics become increasingly difficult to find. And we are going to jump into the top 5 soon, so let's hear from you before that. Has any motorcycle on today's countdown changed your opinion? Or is there one you think should have made the list? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We always enjoy seeing different perspectives, and your suggestions often help shape future videos. And if you're getting real value from this countdown, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It lets us know you enjoy honest, no-nonsense motorcycle content, and it helps us keep bringing you more guides that can save riders from expensive mistakes. It is clear that Energica Ego shows that cutting-edge technology can lose its shine when support, resale, and long-term ownership become question marks. Still, not every expensive mistake comes wrapped in innovation. Some come wrapped in timeless styling. There's something about low-slung cruisers, blacked-out finishes, and old-school attitude that keeps buyers reaching for their wallets, even when the value simply isn't there. Number 5, Indian Scout Bobber 20. Some motorcycles don't need a sales pitch, they just need a parking spot. The Indian Scout Bobber 20 grabs your attention with ape hanger bars, wire spoke wheels, blacked out finishes, and timeless American styling that looks custom-built straight from the factory. Throw in a smooth, powerful V-twin, and it's easy to understand why so many riders fall in love before they've ridden a single mile. But good looks don't guarantee a good ownership experience. The biggest compromise is comfort. That slammed rear suspension delivers very little travel, so every pothole, expansion joint, and rough back road reminds you that style came before ride quality. The tall handlebars may look fantastic, but after a long day on the highway, your shoulders and back might tell a different story. That's why experienced riders think beyond the showroom floor. They know the motorcycle that earns compliments at the gas station isn't always the one you'll enjoy riding for hours. The Scout Bobber 20 reminds us that beautiful styling can be surprisingly expensive once you start expecting everyday practicality. But for another group of riders, appearance isn't enough. They want bragging rights, bigger numbers, bigger headlines, bigger engineering, and few motorcycles tempt buyers more than one that boasts technology almost no one else dares to build. Number 4, Kawasaki H2 SX. The Kawasaki H2 SX is the motorcycle that makes riders believe they have found the ultimate machine. A supercharged engine, sport bike performance, touring comfort, electronic aids, and enough power to embarrass machines built only for speed. It is a motorcycle that can cross the country one day and leave sport bikes behind the next. And that is exactly why used buyers cannot resist it. Seeing a former flagship, Kawasaki, selling for far less than its original price feels like a victory, but the mistake is forgetting that the discount only applies to the purchase price. The H2 SX is still a high-performance machine. Tires disappear quickly, insurance costs climb, and advanced components demand careful maintenance. The supercharger is brilliant engineering, but neglected examples can become extremely expensive problems. Smart buyers know this is not a cheap motorcycle. It is a premium machine with a cheaper entry point. The H2 SX delivers unbelievable performance, but in 2026, excitement without affordable ownership can become a very expensive thrill. It may prove that owning something extraordinary often means paying extraordinary ownership costs long after the excitement wears off. But some buyers aren't chasing engineering marvels. They're chasing exclusivity. They believe that if a motorcycle is rare enough, beautiful enough, or exotic enough, the compromises somehow become worthwhile. That's exactly the illusion our next machine sells so well. Number 3. MV Agusta Turismo Veloce. The MV Agusta Turismo Veloce is the motorcycle that steals your heart before your brain even gets a chance to object. One look at those razor-sharp Italian lines, the gorgeous single-sided swing arm, and that intoxicating 3-cylinder soundtrack, and suddenly every sensible touring bike feels ordinary. It's exotic, it's rare, and it promises the perfect blend of sport bike excitement and long-distance comfort. Then reality pulls into the parking lot. By the time these motorcycles hit the used market, they look like unbelievable bargains. You're getting an Italian masterpiece for the price of an average middleweight. Sounds like the deal of a lifetime until ownership begins. Early models earned a reputation for electronic gremlins, software glitches, and ride-by-wire issues that often required factory updates. Skip a motorcycle with incomplete service records, and you may inherit problems that only specialized diagnostic equipment can solve. And that's where the next headache begins. Finding someone qualified to work on an MV Agusta isn't nearly as easy as finding a Yamaha or Honda dealership. Parts can take weeks to arrive, experienced technicians are few and far between, and routine maintenance carries premium car prices. Even something simple can become an exercise in patience. That's why experienced buyers rarely chase the Turismo Veloce simply because it's affordable. They know depreciation only lowers the purchase price. It doesn't make an exotic motorcycle any less expensive to own. Every service visit, every replacement part, and every unexpected repair still comes with an exotic price tag. The Turismo Veloce is a breathtaking motorcycle wrapped in breathtaking ownership costs. It's proof that exclusivity isn't always a privilege. Sometimes it's the most expensive feature on the bike. But there's another trap that's just as common and almost the complete opposite. Instead of overspending for prestige, some buyers become obsessed with spending as little as possible, and sometimes the cheapest motorcycle on the showroom floor ends up costing far more than expected. Number 2. CF Moto 650 NK. Nothing tempts a budget-conscious rider quite like getting more motorcycle for less money. And for years, that's exactly what the early CF Moto 650 NK promised. A smooth parallel twin, aggressive naked bike styling, comfortable ergonomics, and enough performance to handle commuting, weekend rides, and highway cruising, all for thousands, less than the Japanese competition. It looked like the shortcut to owning a middleweight motorcycle without emptying your savings account. And that's exactly why so many buyers fell for it. The problem wasn't the engine. It wasn't even the performance. The real issue was when these motorcycles were built. The early 650 NK arrived while CF Moto was still proving itself to riders across North America. Build quality could be inconsistent. Switchgear felt cheaper than its rivals. Corrosion protection wasn't always impressive, and owners occasionally reported electrical gremlins that Japanese motorcycles had largely solved years earlier. Then came the ownership experience. Back then, CF Moto dealerships were few and far between. Finding replacement parts, experienced technicians, or warranty support wasn't nearly as easy as walking into your local Honda, Yamaha, Kawasaki, or Suzuki dealer. While the company has grown tremendously since then, Owners of these early models are still living with motorcycles from CF Moto's learning years. That's why seasoned riders usually spend a little more upfront. They know a motorcycle's value isn't measured by its purchase price alone. Reliability, resale value, dealer support, and long-term confidence matter far more than saving a few $1,000s on day one. The early 650 NK deserves credit for helping CF Moto become a serious global manufacturer. But buying one today simply because it's cheap often becomes an expensive reminder that the lowest price and the smartest purchase are rarely the same thing. But if buying cheap is one extreme, buying purely for prestige sits at the other. Some riders convince themselves that if a motorcycle is exclusive enough, handcrafted enough, or carries enough celebrity appeal, the price no longer matters. That's the kind of thinking that brings us to the biggest buying mistake of them all up next. Number 1. 𝗕𝗨𝗬𝗘𝗥𝗦. This is the motorcycle that turns heads before it even starts. The 𝗕𝗨𝗬𝗘𝗥𝗦 is not built to simply take you somewhere. It is built to make a statement. Handcrafted in America, powered by a massive S and SV twin engine, wrapped in carbon fiber and beautifully machined aluminum, every inch of this machine screams exclusivity. And that is exactly where the biggest mistake begins, because many buyers confuse being rare with being valuable. The 𝗕𝗨𝗬𝗘𝗥𝗦 starts at a price that puts it in the same conversation as luxury cars, and customized versions can climb even higher. Used examples still command enormous money because buyers are not just purchasing a motorcycle, they are buying craftsmanship, celebrity association, and the feeling of owning something almost nobody else can have. But here's the problem. Exclusivity does not always equal practicality. This is a boutique motorcycle with a tiny support network. Finding specialized service, replacement components, or technicians familiar with the platform is not as simple as walking into a dealership for a mainstream brand. The 𝗕𝗨𝗬𝗘𝗥𝗦 is an incredible machine. The craftsmanship is undeniable, but smart buyers understand that a motorcycle should deliver value beyond attention and admiration. For the price of one arch, riders can buy several world-class motorcycles with stronger dealer support, easier maintenance, and proven long-term ownership. The 𝗕𝗨𝗬𝗘𝗥𝗦 is not a bad motorcycle, it is a masterpiece. But for most riders, it is an emotional purchase, wearing the disguise of a smart investment. And that is why it takes the number 1 spot. Because the most expensive mistake in motorcycling is not buying a bad bike. It is paying a fortune for a dream without considering what happens after the excitement fades. And the difference between a smart rider and an expensive lesson usually comes down to one decision made before the keys ever hit your hand. Hopefully, today's countdown helps you make the right one. Now, don't park just yet. Click the next video and keep the ride going. We're always uncovering more motorcycles, ownership truths, and buying mistakes that every rider should know before spending their hard-earned money. Join our community by subscribing, and if you enjoyed today's countdown, don't forget to like the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.